Today we're in Matthew chapter 1, beginning in verse 18. Now the birth of Jesus Christ was as follows. After his mother Mary was betrothed to Joseph, before they came together she was found with child of the Holy Spirit. Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not wanting to make her a public example, was minded to put her away secretly. But while he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take to you Mary your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. One of the things I really like about the stories of the Bible is how real the people are. They're not like the mythological Greek heroes, larger than life. They're not like the people you find in fairy tales. They're real flesh and blood people who have feelings, dreams, ambitions, just like you. Joseph is just a regular guy. He's a carpenter who's engaged to be married, and I'm guessing he's got a lot of dreams for the future. A job, a family, kids, the usual stuff. But now he finds out Mary's pregnant, and he knows for sure he didn't do it. So how's he going to respond? Well, just like any regular guy. He plans to call off the wedding. Given the same circumstances, I'd probably do that too. But take a look at how Joseph plans to do this. He's got the right to make a scene, to publicly defend himself and save his honor. But the Bible calls him a just man, and so he does something a little different. He plans to call off the wedding and deal with Mary in secret. Now don't forget, at this point he doesn't have a clue what's really happened. As far as he's concerned, Mary's been unfaithful, and he has every right to terminate the relationship. And what's really interesting is that God doesn't inform Joseph ahead of time. First, he lets Joseph find out, and then he fills him in. And you gotta wonder why. Why does the Bible writer tell the story like this? Is it so that 2,000 years later, we could catch a glimpse of Joseph's real character? So that we could see just how a just person behaves under difficult circumstances? Now, let's take this little story and see what we can learn. First of all, we should probably notice that God doesn't always give us an easy way out. Godly people simply are not immune from the tough decisions in life. And sometimes we're not going to have the big picture, and we're not going to understand why things are happening. Which means, of course, that no matter what the circumstances, character really counts. And people who live principled lives always discover they did the right thing. Now, secondly, notice how Joseph handles the subject of public humiliation. His fiancée is pregnant, and he didn't do it. He had every right, under the laws of the day, to make an example of her and defend his honor. But he doesn't do it. He didn't defend himself, and he was more worried about what would happen to Mary, even when he assumed she was in the wrong. Now, ask yourself, how many times you've been quick to defend yourself, and how many times you've simply been wrong about the situation. In the life of Joseph, in this tiny little story, we catch a glimpse of real character, and we discover that living a principled life is always a better way to live.